Can I now? Yeah.
Oh, I can.
Hey,
now.
there we go.
Hey,
That's a podcast.
it's a podcast now.
There we go. Okay.
I've got my drill ready.
Wait, why? I don't want to know.
On tonight's episode,
Thought we were chilling and drill. Never mind.
Yeah.
Fine.
What are you drilling?
I should expose myself. Oh, wait,
No,
show
whoa.
myself.
ooh.
What?
Hold on, rethink the phrasing.
Right? Wow.
That's the not
That's
a sound
like-
effect.
I have to admit something to make the joke. But recently, I may or may not have been ironically watching the show Dance Moms because it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, Jesus
dear.
And
Christ.
every time they talk, these poor children who are like, you have to make the face on stage, but they keep saying, you got to remember your facials. And I'm like, please, any other word. Any other fucking word, please. And they keep saying, dude, like, all the time that you're like, oh.
Yeah, cheerleaders used to call them facials too.
Christ.
And then I started dating a cheerleader and I was like, that's really weird.
But it's
I've heard pediatric dentistry referred to as pedo, and I'm like, no, that just doesn't work for me.
They say a lot on that show too, like, oh, she's being groomed for this. Like, stop saying that. Come on.
We dated in the winter and loved to throw snowballs at each other.
What? Don't talk about our life like that, Chris.
Wait, why are we talking about snowballing?
We liked to bake and made plenty of cream. No.
Chris, you still have us on the starting soon screen.
Oh, yeah, I can fix that. Now we are starting. We have started.
We have started.
The music is going to start in a few seconds. Who's ready?
Welcome to Popcorn Tribunal.
Welcome.
I was waiting for the timing. It was just a little off.
You'll get there eventually. Coming to you live.
Oh, I
from
lost the
Studio
camera.
Chris
Oh,
Neal.
look, it's Wendy. And she gave us a smiley face.
Wendy.
Literally, these cameras.
Wait, go back to that image. I want to see what was the one you had. at the
Yeah, I
bottom.
lost one. I can fix it.
Fix that.
Did you just call me fat? A blue,
Who?
put a blue whale in chat.
Wouldn't be the start of the show if a camera didn't lose connection.
Wow. She either called me Jonah from the Bible or a giant blue whale.
Hot damn.
I know, right?
I
Listen,
think we're back.
I got your back. There's only one thing about you that's whale-like,
Good comeback story.
and you can't see it.
My
Hey, there it is.
blowhole?
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
I've got the weird camera that doesn't really matter.
Oh, you're talking about that one?
Yeah, they're all working now.
Nice. It's dark. It's very dark on
It
that
is?
one. Yeah.
Well, it's just
Is there a light missing? It's fine.
yeah, I just didn't.
Live podcasting, people.
It's
Coming
it's
to you
just a whatever camera. I threw it up
live.
just to be silly.
Live
from
podcasting.
Studio Chris Neal.
You spent money on that mount too. Those mounts aren't cheap.
I spent money on way too many things in this room.
Yeah, that's true.
Rooms.
Also, you could host two jackasses
Can't even see the other room over there.
and occasionally
Sweet.
Tyler.
Welcome to Popcorn Tribunal.
Welcome.
Most of you know I am Tony. This is blah.
Most of you know that Tony, and 3/4 of the audience is my family.
Hey, Tony,
That is Chris.
you can see the back of your head in my shot now.
That is Pay the Man.
Pay
That
that.
is producer Chris. We're trying to pay the man.
Yeah, I wanna
Speaking of
get a-
paying the man, do you know how we're going to pay the man?
With our sponsor.
With our sponsor and new partner, Freshen Up Energy. Visit them at freshenuphydration.com. Use the code POPCORN and save 10% on your purchase.
They are legit.
They are.
We
It's
got a real esports energy drink
company
sponsorship.
started by a gamer, a chemist,
I'm gonna
and
move
a
it up.
fitness guru. So they know what's up.
I'm moving it around in real time.
What are you moving around?
Oh,
our
our freshen
logo?
up. Look at that.
Go.
Freshen Up Energy, baby. Freshenuphydration.com.
We got a gaming energy drink sponsor. Now we just got to get Raid Shadow Legends, and baby, we made it.
Use the code Tony's Dime and get a free.
No, don't use the
Wait.
code Tony's
Okay.
Dime. The
Use
code
it.
is popcorn.
I use
My license plate.
No,
I
that's-
caught some ladies taking a picture of my license plate the other day.
Oh, really? The one-
I
the
had
popcorn
just
one?
pulled out and they were behind me, and this lady's like almost hits me because she's like paying attention to try and take a picture. So I took a picture of
I get
her.
that a lot. Of,
Yeah.
you get that a whole lot with mine.
What does yours say?
3 dudes.
That makes sense.
They're always looking in the windows wondering what's that about.
Speaking of facials.
And then they realize it's kids and they're very disappointed.
Thank you. Timing was impeccable on that one.
I'm so ADHD AF.
So yes, freshenuphydration.com.
Hell yeah.
Use your code popcorn at checkout. We're working on a special flavor. Super excited. They're also going to be sponsoring my gaming streaming under Tickle Buddies, so that's awesome as well.
Your streaming of which I will appear on at some point.
I hope so.
Yeah, we're going to play some games, buddy.
We got to get your internet working.
I got okay internet.
You're stealing the Walmart Wi-Fi from behind the apartment complex.
You know what? I do live close enough that if my Wi-Fi goes out, I can get on the Walmart
Do you really?
Wi-Fi. Yeah,
That's
they're just
awesome.
right across the street, man.
That's awesome.
Also sponsored by CoffeeDudesCoffee.com.
CoffeeDudesCoffee.com.
Senor Chris Nealis.
Send your favorite Chris Nealis to Chris Nealis.
Hand roast, hand bags,
hand picked,
hand delivers.
hand delivered.
I love working with my hands.
You can subscribe and the bag will show up on your front porch.
Basically, if you get your energy in liquid form,
We got you covered.
we got you. Honestly,
Coffee or freshen up energy.
if you like to drink your energy and build Legos, brother, you're in the right place.
It's Lego. Lego plural is Lego.
Fucking kill you.
Also, do you like hot sauce?
I do like hot sauce.
Pup and the Pepper. Some of the best handmade artisan hot sauces. Check them out at pupandthepepper.com.
Not a sponsor, just a friend.
On all social media channels, Pup and the Pepper, good friend of ours. We are just offering them some support.
Do support local? You know what I mean?
Let's see who
They're
else.
nationwide now.
Who else do we need to name? They are nationwide now.
Are they?
They
Coffee
are.
Dudes Coffee, Lego, Ancestry.com, NordVPN, and NordPass. Go to popcorntribunal.com and check out our partners page. Direct links to all of the current promotions.
I need to find a way to have like a logo graphic that just bounces off your heads the entire show.
like the tank game or Pong, like Pong.
Pong, there we go.
Yeah.
You guys
You know,
can just
I'm-
pong the logo back and forth.
I'm issuing a call out too, because on the way here, you told me about that Lego thing that someone using our code
Yeah.
has spent like
Someone has spent like
$600 on Lego.
$700 almost, like
So-
$684.
And you cannot convince me that that's not my parents just buying an ass load of Lego.
I mean, isn't that's like just like one or two sets though?
That-
So
that's like-
Blaha's mom, thanks
Thank
for
you.
buying Legos with our
See,
our
the
link.
second you said that, I was like, that's like the normal monthly budget for them on Lego. I was like, two big cars came out, so
Single-handedly, our partnership is increasing because of your parents.
single-handedly, Lego's like, this is pretty profitable.
That's awesome. Yeah. Single-handedly, Lego's like, we should send these guys a destroyer or maybe a Titanic.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Or is there
Hey.
a Lego Dreadnought like Star Wars Dreadnought?
There's like a
I don't
Super
think
Star
there's
Destroyer.
Yeah.
Isn't the Dreadnought bigger? Isn't that
Yes, but they don't
Yeah.
make one.
Yeah.
well?
They have
Get on
the
it,
Millennium
Lego.
Falcon. They
Come
have
on.
the destroyer. I don't know.
Jeez. I
There
have
you
all
go.
this garage space. I need a giant Lego something.
I have like 7 Lego kits that I need to build.
I don't have any right now.
Maybe I should stream myself building Legos.
I think you should. I think that you got a lot to say. I'd watch you build Legos and talk.
I want to get a Lego Fox News set. It falls apart from the top down. It's a lot of fun.
All right, with the political humor. All right. Well, tonight we do not have our freshen up energy yet. This whole thing is pretty new, about 2 days new, but it is on its way. We will have it by the next show.
I was looking
So-
at their shop and saw that they have hats and shakers and everything. I'm gonna deck myself out and freshen up gear.
Someone just visited coffeedudes.com.
There you go.
Coffeedudescoffee.com.
I'm gonna try and
I guess it's
work
one
with
of
the ownership of Freshen Up and try and get them to let us design some like Freshen Up Energy X popcorn
That would be
tribunal.
sick.
Yeah.
Tony's
Beanies,
actually pretty
stuff
smart.
like that.
He says some weird stuff on the podcast sometimes, but Tony, in
Like
real
how
life,
funny
it's-
Tourette's is?
Nope.
You
Tony-
said it earlier.
No, I didn't. No,
You were
I
like, fuck, shit, fuck. Oh, Tourette's is kind of funny.
definitely didn't happen.
You totally said that. I got it on tape. Do you want to
Tony
hear it?
is actually a really good at what he does, and I appreciate you, buddy.
First time.
Speaking of being
For
good at
everything.
what I do, I have to fly out at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to Phoenix.
You taking me with you?
No.
Hire me on contract work?
No.
All right, fuck you.
And you think I want to work with you?
You loved working with me. You were pissed when I left.
It's the flying out to places that
We
sucks.
hired Chris, and then I left like 31 days after he started.
And then I left.
And I still got paid for him coming on board. Because he
Damn.
stayed for like, what were you, 30 something days?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. I stayed like 4 months or so.
Did you?
4 or
Yeah.
5 months.
Yeah, that was fun. So
There through like August of that year. I think.
they kept texting me, "Who's this Chris guy? What is he doing? Why does he still work here after you left?"
I'm sorry.
No.
Do you? Is it like a vampire scenario? If you
don't
leave
know.
everyone who you got hired on as the
I don't
go
know.
to?
I don't know. Good workers take off. Hey, we're a movie podcast. What are we talking about?
Movie, video games,
Movies,
streaming,
video games, streaming services.
pop culture, entertainment.
Bro, I finished Suits seasons 1 through 9.
Did you?
Oh my god! Like every time I would take a lunch break, I would turn on an episode and a half or something. Man, that was such a great series.
Is it? I gotta be honest with you. I've just never had less interest in watching a show. It just doesn't seem good to me. But I'm glad you would like
Is
it.
it because it doesn't include a 7-foot tall hairy walking carpet?
It might.
Yeah.
I have been rewatching Walking Dead though, and that's not in that show.
Funny story. I turned on season 5, episode 1, and I was like, "This is fucking boring."
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm just like, I cannot watch this. So I started season 3 of The Boys,
Okay.
which is much better than season 5 on of The Walking Dead. So
I mean, I do like The Boys. I don't know. Walking Dead to me, I love that.
Didn't do it.
Christopher, it's hot out here.
Are you hot? I'm pretty
hot,
normal.
but I have energy drinks running through my blood.
True. I really liked Walking Dead, and I think that that's a show that is extremely benefits from watching it on a streaming
Did
service.
you know
instead
that
of watching
Jenna
it live.
Elfman was on Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Is that before or after she went crazy? Isn't
What?
she the one? Isn't she the Scientologist?
Hey, I'm friends with Bodhi. Let's be nice.
Okay.
Who?
Bodhi Elfman, her husband.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We became friendly over the years on Twitter, and then we
You
made
know
phone
so
calls
many
and
people.
FaceTimes, and yeah.
She's a Scientologist.
Tony's like,
Yes, and Bodhi is Jewish and not a Scientologist, so.
that's probably interesting at family dinner.
I know, right? Well, Scientology is not a religion. Yeah. Tom Cruise is an actor.
He's an actor.
Dude, they are screening Mission Impossible in town.
Did we
But
get
it is
invited?
a private screening for
bet
Pat McAfee. Here's the funny thing.
Do you know Pat McAfee?
Here's the funny story about Pat McAfee. So, Pat McAfee decided to swim in the canal in Broad Ripple. God, 10 fucking years
That's
ago, right?
gross.
I tweeted something smartass at him, and he blocked me right
Oh,
after.
so
it
we're not
happened.
getting into that.
No, wait for it. About 3 years ago, I went to Connor Daly. I said, "Hey, you're friends with Pat McAfee. See if he'll unblock me on Twitter." He unblocked me on Twitter.
You got blocked.
So I was like, "Connor, you're a hero." So I tweeted at him and I said, "Hey, Pat, thank you for unblocking me on Twitter." And he blocked me again.
So what you're saying is we are not getting into that Mission Impossible screening.
Here's the funny thing, though. Like, respect, because that was hilarious that he just blocked me
That
again.
is-
I was like, it's very funny.
Not even a moment's
But I did
hesitation.
tweet at him from the podcast Twitter today saying, "Hey, what's it going to take to get an invite?" So let's see.
We're not getting
I
a
know, we're not.
response on that.
Yeah.
I don't. I got to be honest with you. I think Pat McAfee plays for the Colts. Right?
He does not play currently.
He played.
Plays for the ESPN.
He's getting paid a lot of money to play for ESPN.
Oh, okay. So
What,
he's a,
like $47 million.
Thought it was like 80 something.
Oh, it's nuts.
Is
But
this-
he's amazing.
Good luck.
He's an excellent commentator. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey, Wendy is adulting. Did you use the code popcorn at coffeedudescoffee.com?
That's when you pay for it for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anytime anyone uses that code, it goes straight.
Oh, come. Lost audio.
Oh, there we're back.
go.
We're back.
And we're back.
That was odd.
So, anyways, yeah, but there's been a lot of screenings lately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because there's
We're about to
construction
crash.
going on near my house. It's been next to impossible for us both to go to most of them.
Yeah. No.
We saw a couple of them. I'm going to start with a movie that I saw last night that you were unable to attend.
Pause.
Yeah. And
Pause. I'm
crashing.
pausing.
we're crashing.
We're crashing.
Uh-oh.
Did you have an energy drink as well? And now you're crashing?
No, Apple's just his favorite.
I mean, we're still up.
Logic is completely frozen. One moment.
That little tick that he does.
I can't help it. That's not me.
You're good. Don't worry.
It hurts.
Does it hurt you?
It does.
Well, the stream is
How do
running.
we open that?
It is open.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
You've got 6 Red Bulls in you right now,
sweaty
buddy.
as- I do have 4 in me. Jesus. I'm gonna sleep like a baby until about 3 o'clock. Wendy says you can't discount greatness.
You know what? You're right. That's a good. We don't have a coupon code because it's just too good.
No, he doesn't know how to set it up on his website.
All right. We're experiencing a core audio crash.
So
So they can hear us online, but we are not recording as far as the show goes right now.
Okay, well, let's not talk about movies for.
Let's
a few
just,
minutes.
pause for a moment. We'll keep the stream going over here. And
Hey, you know what? We have people in our stream. Why don't you guys ask? Let's do a quick Q&A while we're waiting for the audio to come back up. So does anyone have any questions about movies, about video games, about streaming services, about Blaha's majestic facial hair?
Mom, you can text me if you have one. You don't have to figure out YouTube chat. It's fine. Hey, we're back. we were
Oh,
we
shit.
were down just long enough for me to have to entertain them that way.
It was just a twerk.
Usually people have to pay the monthly.
So you
for
got to
that.
go to twerk.
And I'm about to do that.
Okay. Chris, are we recording, my friend?
we are. Hopefully some of that is salvageable.
Oh, well, we didn't. There was nothing there.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of nonsense.
Just a whole lot of.
We had a complete Finder crash.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
I only have audio in one ear.
That's not good.
Did
You only
you-
have audio in one ear?
Yeah.
That doesn't
Are
make
you
any
deaf
sense.
in the other ear?
Yeah. Well, this one. Yeah.
Did you
Really?
break the headphones?
No. Well,
Tyler's normally the one that breaks headphones.
Something get kicked on here.
But yours are good?
Mine are great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, mine good now. I
Weird.
think the cord just got jiggled a little.
That was.
Jiggle your
it was,
cord.
it
I'll
was
jiggle
when
your
I was
cord.
dancing.
All right. So back to where we were. So last night,
Yes.
I got to go see a screening of No Hard Feelings,
Mm-hmm.
the new Jennifer Lawrence movie.
Her return to greatness.
Andrew Barth Feldman is in it as well,
Sure.
as is Matthew Broderick. So it's one of those movies kind of along the lines of Superbad, Good Boys, those kind of things, kind of a raunchy summer comedy.
Sure.
And I went into it expecting that everything funny was already in the trailers that you saw. Pleasantly surprised that it was not. But at the screening last night, it was myself, 5 or 6 other members of the press, and then a mom's group from Facebook.
Not again. What did they call it? What's this group called?
Halfway through the movie, it's not going to spoil anything, but there is impromptu Jennifer Lawrence nudity.
Oh, what?
And we are talking full nudity.
I didn't go to this one.
And I
thought that was expected.
Here's the thing, I've never seen her use nudity out of context.
Sure.
There's been a couple movies that she's been nude in, and the one where she played the spy, what was it? Red something or other, or I don't remember what it was
I know
called.
what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called.
But that nudity was on
Red Sparrow.
Red Sparrow, that's right. Right, there was a purpose to that. And then there just was no purpose to this nudity, and I was like, okay, I guess that makes it a raunchy summer comedy.
Yeah.
It was so uncomfortable that I feel like I almost didn't notice just how nude she was.
Okay.
But it wasn't uncomfortable because of the movie. It was
Because of
uncomfortable
City
because I was
Moms.
surrounded by middle-aged white women.
With their kids, probably.
With no kids, thankfully.
Okay, thank God.
But it was awkward. It was very, very awkward. But yeah, she was definitely fully nude. I don't know if it was a body double. I didn't investigate, but it was interesting. But it didn't really take away from the movie, but it didn't add anything to the movie.
Sure.
I realized just how good Jennifer is at comedy. Her comedic timing
she's funny as shit.
is actually really great.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised. Matthew Broderick looks like he got sideswiped by a Range Rover. Do you get that reference? Anyone?
No, I just thought you meant he looked bad.
Didn't Matthew Broderick run someone over in a Range Rover in New York City?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, but so they played Andrew Barth Feldman's parents.
Sure.
And basically Jennifer Lawrence has run on some hard times. And she needs to pay off some bills, and in order to do so, she has to have a car, but her car gets repossessed.
Okay.
And so Andrew Barth Feldman is this nerdy kid who's going off to Princeton. I think he's 19. And so they post a Craigslist ad trying to find someone to kind of get their son out of his shell. And Jennifer Lawrence applies for it. They interview her, and it's just kind of comedically. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. Doesn't she have another one coming out kind of soon that's vaguely similar?
I did not
An
see.
idea?
I did not see.
Okay. I think she's got
anything.
another one coming soon.
I just said Nazi. I didn't mean to. So it wasn't a great movie.
Sure.
It was funny. I laughed. Everyone laughed. Ironically, there was one scene where the audio cut out.
Huh.
And they actually rewound it for us so we could see that scene, which I thought was very cool.
Oh, okay.
And for once, the theater wasn't 110 degrees. So
Maybe they were using a brand new expensive Mac Studio that for some reason just does.
yeah,
random things.
probably.
So you're saying the screening I happened to miss is the one where it wasn't packed to the
sweltering.
gills in 1,000 degrees.
Yeah. So I would say the movie was probably if we're gonna rate it out of 10, probably a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Not even a 5, but it was funny.
Worth a few chuckles.
Yeah, I mean,
Jennifer Lawrence is I don't feel like she's done a lot of comedic roles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
here's
she
the
is
thing:
incredibly
Silver
funny.
Linings Playbook, right? That had some funny stuff to it. Even Passengers with Chris Pratt, because of Chris Pratt had some comedy to it.
Not intentional. But
Yeah, probably not.
do you know what Silver Linings Playbook is a hot button topic with me and Molly?
Oh, geez.
Because when we first started dating, we both worked at Best Buy, and that movie came out on Blu-ray, and so we were like, oh well, we'll watch it. We'll get Olive Garden takeout, and we'll have a movie night, whatever, right? And just for one reason or another, we didn't wind up watching that movie.
Can I comment real quick?
Yeah.
The best thing about Olive Garden takeout is the giant salad bin. Oh my god.
That's
and
usually
breadsticks?
all we get. We
Yes.
usually get the big salad, the breadsticks, and,
Yep.
and a big thing of soup.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
And for some reason that we didn't watch it, it has now been 13 something years, and Silver Linings Playbook is still in its wrapper on our shelf. And every time we can't decide a movie to watch, every once in a while, just look at her like, "You want to watch Silver Linings Playbook?" And she's fuck
So you haven't
Oh.
seen it yet?
No.
I've got something fun. I'll be right back.
What?
He said he has something fun and he'll be right back.
I'm frightened.
We're unsupervised. We can
Hey,
do whatever the fuck we want on this podcast now.
Silent. I will answer that question momentarily. Let us get through the movie reviews and then we'll start talking video games.
Chris isn't here to stop us from doing it. I can do whatever I want.
So,
What should I say?
yeah, so no hard feelings. I would say, I don't want to say don't go see it. I just want to say just know that what you're getting is exactly what you think you're getting, which is just a raunchy summer comedy. It's funny. It's not a cinematic masterpiece. You're not going to walk out of it and go, Jen Lawrence for best actor.
Right now.
Yeah, no, you're not going to do that. But it was good. And it had a redemption point.
Okay.
So, yeah, I liked it.
Speaking of no hard feelings, and to segue into another movie, that's apparently what Warner Brothers said to Ezra Miller when they decided to go forward with The Flash.
Here's the thing. When you spend the kind of money that you spend on that movie, you can't just kind of shelve it, right?
So my thought on that, right? I want to say, before we talk about The Flash as a movie and the quality of the movie, I don't think Ezra Miller should have still been in that movie. Ezra Miller did some supremely fucked up shit. I also think it's kind of weird that they hadn't even started filming yet and they didn't
so
say,
did
like,
Matthew Broderick, but he actually killed someone.
well, don't let Matthew Broderick be in the movie either. I mean,
The final Netflix.
Oh
movie
my
DVD
God.
we ever received.
No fucking
And
way.
this thing had to have been. This was 2011. So that was a new
what
movie.
movie is it?
This is an actual Netflix. Cameron Diaz.
Bad
Teacher.
Chris. You have a piece of history and it's fucking Bad Teacher? Oh my god. You should frame
I
that.
don't think we've ever watched it.
You should literally frame that and put it in
Wow.
here.
I know.
In the envelope.
It's the unrated version.
Oh,
I didn't know that
man.
Justin Timberlake was in this.
That's such. I'm like sitting here like, what is this holy grail of
2011.
movie
That was 12 years
memorabilia
ago.
that Chris
That's
is gonna have?
crazy.
Bad fucking Teacher. Do you know the last Netflix DVD I
that
had
great?
was disc 2 of season 1 of The Flash?
Do you want to hear something funny? So, what was that movie Christian Bale and Taye Diggs were in, where they like did like the gun kata with the
And it's like the Joy Police or
what is
whatever.
it called? Yeah, it's a great movie. Loved it. So I rented that on Redbox.
Yeah,
Redbox.
Redbox.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember Redbox. I used to
And-
rent
Is that dead now?
At
Yeah.
the end of it, it said, "Would you like to own this movie?" And I did. So I called the number. I paid like $29, and they actually sent me the case for the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, that's what this reminded me of.
I did a Redbox on a Redbox gift card
It
once.
starts with a P, I think, but I can't think of the word. It's like one long word.
I can't remember. Yeah. I had a Redbox gift card once, and I rented a Call of Duty game, and I just never returned it.
Did they ever charge you?
They charged the whole gift card, but it was a gift card. They couldn't. What the fuck are they gonna
'cause
do
you
about
used
it?
the gift card.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Loophole.
Now they're coming after you.
Chris, will you look up that movie? That's gonna bother me.
Which movie?
Taye Diggs, Christian Bale.
Okay.
Google Christian Bale gun kata movie.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so they had time to get someone else for Flash because that movie hadn't started filming yet. And so my thing is just
But who are they gonna get? I mean, are they gonna bring in Grant Gustin?
if they could have brought in Grant Gustin, they could have just recast it. My thing is like, I understand that everything that went down with Ezra Miller was likely the product of a mental break. Ezra Miller's known to have struggles with mental health. I understand that probably contributed to what went down, but you still have to be accountable for when you are grooming children and assaulting people. And so that's kind of, for me, it kind of puts a weird
here's
cloud
the
over the Flash
question,
movie.
Here's the question, though. Did that hinder your ability to enjoy anything about the movie?
So I think,
Or are you able to, as a film critic, separate the personal opinions?
well, so
from
I think there's two different ways to.
I was just kidding.
Oh no, I get you. There's two different ways for me where I'm looking at it, and I've seen other people say this too. Am I sniffing a lot?
No, I was just sniffing my
okay.
microphone. It smells
Oh,
great.
that's so weird.
I put Coke on it.
I can
explains
talk
it.
about it critically in a film because I have talked to people about it, just as a straight up like.
How dare you? Save that shit.
But then for me as a fan, as someone, Flash is my favorite superhero alongside Captain America. Flash and Captain America are my two favorites.
Okay.
As someone who was looking forward to the movie, it does kind of put a damper on it for me, I think, just because I think every time.
You can't enjoy the cinematic masterpiece?
Now that being said as well, the movie was a little overhyped. I liked it, but I think people were going a little hard on it, saying it was the greatest film of all time.
Okay. So I've sat on this one for a minute.
Sure. Did you
right?
go to the second screening? I didn't.
I did not.
Okay.
I had sweated enough for that week.
Oh my God. If you want to talk about moms ruining a movie screening,
Jiminy Christmas.
man.
You know what? It must be hot flashes. That must be why it's so hot in that room.
Oh man, they're gonna come for you.
Yeah. The
Mistakes
menopausal
were
women
made.
that listen to our podcast are gonna come for me.
Latoya's gonna have it out for you next time we're there.
Latoya.
She's gonna fuck you
She's
up.
not in menopause, bro.
No, but she's gonna listen and hear you say this shit and knock you the fuck out.
Okay. So, but seriously,
Yes.
I enjoyed the fact that the good things that I've enjoyed about Ezra Miller's career, the quirkiness that he brings to
Yes.
each of his characters, that he lent that to Flash a little more so in this movie than he had in the past, especially to the alternate, to the multiversal characters.
I guess we should just say probably going to be spoilers when we talk about it.
I mean,
We'll try to avoid
It's been
it,
out
but-
long enough that everyone probably has read some reviews of it.
I'll try to avoid spoiling stuff, but you'll probably get something here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've never read the comic book Flash, and especially not the graphic novel that this movie is supposed to be based on. Flashpoint. So I can't really say, oh my God, I can't believe they did this or that or this. And some of the complaints about CGI were remedied by the conversation of, you know, if you're trying to go as fast as you can to slow down time, things are going to look a little weird.
Yeah, I did see Andy Muschietti, the director, talked about. Huh?
Muschietti.
Is it Muschietti?
Yeah.
I've heard other people say Muschietti.
He says
too,
it's
so.
Muschietti.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Like spaghetti.
Muschietti. Andy Muschietti did say in an interview that they intentionally made the CGI look weird.
Also, that there's a 4-hour edit.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the 3.5-hour Justice League turned out to be.
Yeah.
I think the 3.5-hour Justice League is the best superhero movie
Yeah,
that
I
DC
think
has
it's.
had. Maybe
yeah.
not the best of all time, but definitely the best that DC has done.
Oh, I mean, the Dark Knight stuff is
Yeah.
pretty phenomenal.
Infinity War Endgame. But
The Batman.
even if he says that's how it was meant to be, 5 years from now that movie's gonna look like shit. 5 years from now, when you watch that movie, you're gonna think
don't
how
know.
bad that CGI.
I will
was.
say this though, it was kind of fun to see an interview with Kevin Smith, and he was really proud of the fact that he was able to say to his daughter, you know, that's my Superman.
Yeah,
You know, because of the
that was cool.
scene.
There has been some controversy about those cameos too, that people weren't so happy with them.
I saw that article and I was
George
like,
Reeves.
fuck it, I don't want to read it. What did you tell me what that's
So
about?
people were saying that the George Reeves cameos. Spoiler alert! It's a
Christopher
multiversal.
Reeves.
It's a multiversal movie, and so at different points in the movie, you do see alternate universe versions of well-known DC characters. Particularly, there's a point in the movie where you see multiple different Supermen, and one of them is a CG recreation of George Reeves, and I can't remember who the girl is that played Supergirl in those older movies.
Christopher Reeve?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm saying George Reeves, aren't I? Christopher Reeves. Why am I saying George Reeves?
I don't know.
What am I like?
Who the fuck is George Reeves?
I'm sure there's someone, but whatever.
I'm sure that
Reeves.
in the history of the world, there's been someone named George Reeves.
It happens.
I don't remember who the girl was who played, but yes.
But you do see them as like a digital recreation. People were saying it's a little ghoulish because Christopher Reeves is dead.
Fuck people.
People were also saying because I guess I don't know anything about this. I was actually hoping you might know more about it. That maybe that Christopher Reeves didn't have the best separation from the Superman series. That maybe like he had kind of like a rough exit, or like had some hard feelings about those movies.
I'd never heard anything.
And then people were also saying ultimately because I guess there is a thought that Christopher Reeves may have taken his own life, that it was kind of ghoulish to have him in the movie. My thing is, I'm not a huge fan of the digital recreations of characters.
I need you to stop reading the internet.
I don't like. I
haven't heard any of that shit.
There was a lot of people disputing that too and saying like, but you know that's the discourse. That's what people are going on about. I'm not
fucking weird.
I'm not always a huge fan of the digital recreations of characters. I think it can be a little weird for actors who are dead. In the case of like, you know, in Rogue One where Peter Cushing's family was like super into it, then I'm like, okay. To the best of my knowledge, Christopher Reeve doesn't really have an estate or anything. I saw people saying that too.
Yeah, his son.
Well, so he doesn't have like a huge like, and I mean they would have had to consult whatever living family he has to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they signed off on it. So I think that's just a personal opinion, how you feel about them digitally recreating people.
It's just people trying to cancel more shit about that movie. It's
I think that's
ridiculous.
I do think that's a weird point to pick on, especially because it wasn't just.
If Nicolas Cage was dead and they didn't include him, people would be like, "Why didn't you?"
Yeah, and it wasn't just actors who
Christopher Reeve is like dominantly known as the best Superman.
Yeah, and Christopher Reeve was also
not have him in there.
He was the only actor who they digitally recreated who had passed. They did it with other. So if they'd have been like a cavalcade of dead actors who they brought back, that would be kind of weird.
Original the guy who originally played Superman is dead, and he was.
Was he in that part of that? I don't remember him being part of that.
Same with Batman.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that there's like a little Adam West shot in there.
Yep.
So some stuff in that movie kind of flies by. There's a lot in that movie.
I don't know, man. This is why I hate the internet.
Yeah.
Fucking basement dwellers.
Yeah, I think that's
as we're in someone's basement recording this podcast.
I think that's a weird point to pick for the movie.
Well, not quite.
Especially,
we're halfway there.
We're halfway.
You're at ground level.
Whoa!
Jeez. But,
living on a prayer. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, if there was anything about that movie that I was going to call out, it probably wouldn't be that. It would be like, I mean, like I said, I already kind of aired my grievances about the Ezra Miller stuff. I do agree with you that, and I've said this to other people too, as much as I think Ezra Miller should have been recast, probably my favorite performance that they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were incredible in the movie. I think too, despite some of the silliness, like it has a lot of really silly comic book moments. It has a pretty impactful story. It has a good story with a pretty good emotional core, especially towards the end.
What did you think of the girl who played Superwoman?
I loved her.
Yeah.
I thought she was fantastic. I thought she was one of the best parts of the movie.
I couldn't find anything about moving forward with a Superwoman movie with her.
See,
but I hope they do because I thought she was phenomenal.
That's the thing too, is this movie kind of sets itself up as a reboot of the DC universe, but they planned it as a reboot of the DC universe before kind of mini rebooting it again with James Gunn. So who knows if this is going to move forward.
And James Gunn says the Blue Beetle is kind of the start of the new DC
Yeah, I think, what was he saying? It's Blue Beetle is the first new superhero for them, but Superman is going to be their first movie because the Blue Beetle movie was done before James Gunn was brought on, I think. So it's definitely, I feel kind of complicated about the movie, but I think ultimately I did like it a lot. I still am.
I liked the first 2/3.
Yeah, I think
it got kind of hectic and chaotic in the last third.
And I think the end of the movie is fun, but it's way too heavy on CGI. And as much as they want to say like, oh, the CGI was supposed to look weird, it also looks weird in scenes where Flash isn't doing super speed. It's just kind of weird CGI.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't thrown off by the CGI very much.
I wasn't taken out of it like some of the people at that screening who were complaining about it.
Here's the problem. The end was predictable.
The end was pretty predictable.
And it's when you have those multiversal movies, you know, it's predictable. It's what you think is going to happen.
It was predictable. I did like there was kind of a final emotional scene that Ezra Miller has with one of the other kind of side characters in the movie towards the end. That was a very heartfelt scene, and I think both of us got a little. Both got a little.
Nope, I didn't.
You didn't feel like a little tug during the supermarket scene?
Nope.
Or are you just saying that to sound tough?
No, I didn't. It reminded me a lot of the scene with Thor and his mom.
Sure, yeah.
She knew she was gonna die.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was definitely a. I thought that was.
It was a nice touch.
It was a nice touch, and I think it was a good scene.
It also gave Ezra an opportunity to kind of act a little bit.
Yeah, it was a very well acted scene.
Yeah.
But then the movie does kind of launch into comic book goofiness like immediately afterwards again. But
it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, I would feel comfortable giving that movie like a 6.5 or 7.
Here's the thing. It's a comic book movie.
Yes.
It is a superhero movie.
It is supposed to be
You
fun.
cannot expect it to be a cinematic masterpiece that's going to
No.
win every award.
No, it is first and foremost a fun summer movie.
Yeah.
And I do think it's worth seeing. I would just maybe say if you're on the fence kind of at the Ezra Miller of it, wait for it to be on HBO.
It's called Max.
Okay, sorry. Wait for it to be on Max.
Yeah.
If you're a little bit on the fence about the Ezra Miller part of it. But ultimately, I
disagree. I think the movie's meant to be seen in the theater.
See, I never like saying that a movie's meant to be seen in theater, though, because I think 99% of a movie's life
Imagine
is
watching every Mission Impossible movie and never seeing one in the theater.
I gotta tell you something. I've never seen a Mission Impossible.
You can go fuck off. We will be... What?
Same.
You're a liar.
Dead serious.
You're a liar.
And I have no desire. I mean, maybe. We'll see.
Why do I want to be looking at a big screen so I can't stop focusing on the fact that Tom Cruise has a tooth in the middle of his face?
Thank you, God.
I
was hoping you were going to go there.
Goldberg has no eyebrows?
I'm going to now. If you're at home and you don't know this, Google a picture of Tom Cruise right now. Google Tom Cruise tooth in the middle of his face. And people do symmetrical lineups of it. Motherfucker has a tooth just in the middle. And like, I don't have perfect teeth.
Hey, Chris, you
but
don't
he's
have the
like a
audio
superstar.
clip of Tyler going off on Tom Cruise, do you?
Oh, I can find it very quickly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Like, listen.
Have you heard that yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's Tom Cruise going to do? Chris lives at the top of the biggest hill in Indiana. Tom Cruise can't get up here. Are you kidding me? What's he going to do? Pump his little legs and try to come after me? Fuck you, Tom.
As long as he gets his arms going like this.
Was he going to get his one little Pokemon tooth and bite me?
God. All right, what else did we see? All right,
But still, invite me to Mission Impossible.
what else did we see?
Together, we did see Indiana Jones.
Yes, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
And that we definitely will not spoil because that's not even out yet.
which led to a massive Facebook post where I said, fuck the IFJA. Here's the thing. I am sick and tired of snobby, elitist
Yeah.
movie reviewers who say shit just because they want to try and get recognized for something. And that is what I think is happening.
Yeah.
And if it's not, I'm sorry. I'll say that right now. But when I have people walk out of a movie that is like the end of one of the greatest series of all times and go, well, it was missing some of the massive set pieces.
When
What
we
are you
could,
talking
when
about?
we were just on the way out to your car, we listed off probably 3 or 4 massive set pieces.
Four massive
in the
set
movie.
pieces in the movie.
And like, yeah, no, some of the criticisms we were hearing from people walking out is like, do you come here to have fun?
There was no character development. What are you talking about?
First of all, there was.
Yes.
I mean, there was like it wasn't the greatest story. It's not like again, much like The Flash, I'm not going into this expecting like some Oscar level like life-changing
I
thing.
expected
want
a movie that
Indiana
was better
Jones
than The
movie.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I think you said was your favorite.
I like Crystal Skull the best, yeah.
But like, I went into this going, I hope this doesn't suck, and it didn't suck.
No, and it was very
the
fun.
de-aged Harrison Ford was fantastic. I thought it looked great.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit distracting in some places. I think just like with any de-aging, if they're moving around a lot like this, it can be a little noticeable.
I thought they did a great job
But
compared to some of the other de-aging that we've seen.
Especially considering that
Top Gun Maverick.
The opening scene of that movie where they digitally de-aged him was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I kind of only really noticed for the first little bit.
Did you notice that they didn't de-age Dobie though?
Oh yeah, no,
Toby was not de-aged.
But they did. I didn't notice that they did de-age Mads Mikkelsen.
No, you didn't notice that?
I didn't really think that man's kind of got like a vampire face though.
Yeah.
Like, but I kind of didn't really think about it, and then I did see someone talking about that in like a separate review, and I was like, oh shit, you're right, they did.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's hardly noticeable, and that opening sequence, as much as Crystal Skull is my favorite, that's probably my favorite opening of an Indiana Jones movie. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I liked it. I liked the movie. I liked
really
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I liked the little
kid,
Turkish kid.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I
can't remember his name either, but his little porn stash was
ruined this movie for me.
What'd you say?
I said, don't ruin it for me.
Oh, we won't.
I think you'll like it.
Hey, I think I found magic.
Oh,
2 seconds.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen,
I think this is it.
That tiny little man, Tom Cruise, will come after me. Top Gun loser. How many apple crates you standing on?
raise me up.
I think you're a pussy and I hate you. And I'm gonna send out an invitation. I'm gonna fight you, Tom Cruise. And I'm tired of his shit. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm still 40 for life. Get me my 4 apple boxes. You're all gonna look up at me. I'm gonna fly this plane for real. Look at me. You gotta digitally de-age me so I look like I'm 40 forever. Tom Cruise. He's a little bitch, man. I will fight you.
That was all from one episode.
and you know what? The sentiment stands. What the fuck is Tom Cruise gonna do? First of all, he's not listening to this.
The best thing about that episode, though, was like, I don't think anyone other than Chris realized that happened through the episode. And Chris just out of nowhere sends us that clip. And I'm crying laughing. I think Tyler initially, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he had a little bit of panic, like, oh my God, did I really just say that? And then we just realized it's hilarious. If you want to hear that again, it is on Popcorn Tribunal's Instagram page. I made an audio clip and put it up there. But
or if you want to listen to the whole episode, Spotify.
Yeah, or that.
Tyler's funny. Listen to him.
Yes. So thank you, Chris, for finding that. I appreciate it. That's my favorite thing ever. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I love the way that they ended it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge was fantastic. I love her sarcastic sense of humor. Love it. It's for me, it's a must-see for the summer, I think. Yeah. Especially if you liked previous Indiana Jones movies. I think it's really, really...
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. And as long as you're not going into some fucking pretentious film school dropout bastard who just wants to sound
I want to clarify that. I didn't say that these people were actually film school dropouts. What I said was that the way that they were talking is how a film school dropout would. I'm too good for film school because I make pictures in using the rule of thirds and low angle shots.
It's the same.
That's the same mentality.
It's that same energy. It's like, I would have joined the army, but I would have punched the drill sergeant kind of shit.
Anyways. So I got in a little hot water for talking a little bit of shit, but at the same time...
You also got in hot water with me because I wasn't aware of this happening, and I would have been there.
Oh, what, the screener?
Oh, you didn't see the post on Facebook?
No, I had other things happening in life that involved fire.
Yeah. Well, no, so what a lot of people don't know is that because we're a podcast, sometimes we get shit on by journalists.
Literally.
We've tried to become members.
They wait outside.
We've tried to become members of the Indiana Film Journalists Association, and they tell us that we're too crude or what we do isn't actually film journalism. And that's fine. Whatever. I enjoy doing what we're doing. I think we love talking about movies. But then there was a period of time over about a year where I would get text messages from studio representatives saying that members of the IFGA were telling them not to invite us to screenings and things of that sort. Yeah. And that's too far. I mean, there's no reason to exclude us.
My mom just texted me to save my ass. George Reeves was the original Superman on TV.
Oh, okay.
There we
Thanks,
go.
Mom.
That's why I was getting it. Thank you, Mom.
There you go.
Look at you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're fine. But so... and then as early as 6 months ago, I found out that one particular member of the IFJA had actually petitioned Walt Disney Studios to have us no longer involved in reviewing their stuff.
Yo, joke's on you, motherfucker. We've been to more Disney
Yeah, I
reviews
was
than
gonna
ever
say.
lately.
Fortunately, at the same time that was happening, I was working some stuff behind the scenes with our representative.
Joke's on you. I can shill way harder than you can fucking suck up to people, bitch.
That's not the point of what I'm saying. But the point of what I'm saying is that we've transitioned over the years to try and become a little more serious in some of our conversations.
Yeah.
And it's just because there's a point to being crass. There's a point to, making jokes. But then there's also a point to talking about shit that we love, which is good movies and streaming TV shows and video games. And as evidenced this year by our partnerships, I mean, obviously people are starting to take notice.
Yeah. I would never. I think a lot of people like to call themselves a film critic, just to sound cool. I just like to think that we're just fucking movie.
I don't
fans,
even call myself a film critic.
Yeah.
I say I'm a podcaster.
I'm maybe a movie reviewer, a movie enjoyer, and I like to talk about what I like
movies.
enjoyed. And Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was great. And if you don't think that the car chase in Tangiers
There were
was a set
4
piece,
fucking set pieces, man. It was amazing.
there is particular. Again, I don't want to spoil anything because it's not out yet, and I know Chris is looking forward to it. But particularly the final set piece of the movie,
right?
Where there was no set pieces.
100%.
The final set piece of the movie
100%.
was actually like really fucking
Brilliant
cool and kind
and
of
perfect.
breathtaking.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do think too that movie had a good, as much as it's a fun summer movie, it had a good emotional core because there was a lot that Harrison Ford was doing emotionally in that movie to kind of address, that he's an older icon.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great. It was a really fun movie.
It's not a 10 out of 10. I mean, I'm not going to say that
no.
it's a 10 out of 10. It's not a perfect
I wouldn't
movie.
say any Indiana Jones.
I would say
is a
it's
10 out of 10.
probably 7, 6.5 out of 10.
7 out
But
of
to
10.
me, that's a go see it movie. I mean,
absolutely.
I think it's worth the money to go see it in the theaters. I think it's great. Visually, I thought it was pretty great. The writing was pretty smart, just as it is in most Indiana Jones
It
movies.
was fun. And
The score.
And Tony bought me a big soda, a candy, and a popcorn.
Yes, I did.
I still have the cup.
I have like 8 of those cups.
There's like
The Fast X bundle
there's
is like the best thing ever.
we got the like Fast X bundle at AMC, and they gave us regular cups. And Tony goes,
Oh no!
hold
no.
on.
Where are the plastic cups?
Where's the collectible cups?
Yes.
And this teenager had to go in the back, and she
Yes.
comes out, and she hands him the cups, and he goes, "Thank you," and she goes, just the hardest.
I have
roll.
personally 6 of those. I think you have
I have
3 or
2.
4.
I have 2.
I thought you had 1 extra.
No, I
because of
stole
the
one out of your car, and then I had
Gotcha.
the one from Indy. But yeah, that girl did. Usually, Tony's a very charming person in public. Like, just like I like to think I'm good.
This
at talking.
girl was not won over by my charm.
I like to think I'm good at talking to random strangers. Tony will hear something from across the theater and sprint over there and be like, "Oh shit, you talking about this?" This girl was ready to fucking throw molten popcorn butter at you.
Yeah, she's like, I work here for minimum wage. I don't want to have to put up with your bullshit.
That poor. And then even when we were walking by, I was like, "Thank you, have a good night." And she goes,
Yeah, but AMC has this giant popcorn, 2 giant soda cups. I think they're actually bigger than the largest.
"They are, yeah."
And they're actual like collector's cups. 2 things of candy for like $35.
And if you go in there and use code popcorn,
No, but
you get nothing.
Exact same
AMC
price.
Stubbs members do save a little bit. But anyways, worth it, right? So I went with the kids. We went and saw the next movie we're going to talk about, Across the Spider-Verse. And I got it again because it was the perfect thing for all of us.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about Across the Spider-Verse.
Really quick,
because
though, before we do that, you had asked about a movie earlier.
Oh, yes. Is it Penumbra?
No.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium.
You said it started with a
I
P.
thought it started with
Came
a
out in
P.
2002. It's a 40% on the good old RT.
40%?
People do like that's a cult movie.
That's
for
a
sure.
great movie, dude. Wait, what's the audience score
The IMDb or the Google?
Rotten Tomatoes.
on the Rotten Tomato?
Oh, I'm not in.
Oh, okay.
I can look.
I'm
But-
gonna say it's 85%.
Had a 20 million budget and box office 5.3.
There's like a scene in it where they
It's
want to
a
kill the puppy
failure.
or something, right? And it always makes me sad.
Yeah.
But so anyway, Spider-Verse, the movie that the universe cheated me out of.
Audience score 81%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
At a more than 250,000.
Thank you
Yeah, there we go.
for looking that up.
Do my best.
Okay, so Across the Spider-Verse. So you've seen a majority of it just because TikTok.
Yeah, that movie is being streamed on every other TikTok
I don't
live.
believe the universe wanted you to see this movie.
And yet, and listen, I'm sorry to anyone who invites us to things. If you're saying you watched it on TikTok, what the fuck else am I going to do? The universe literally robbed a bank to stop me from going to this movie.
Literally.
Okay, literally.
Yeah, that is a fact.
I got caught in traffic. My car started to overheat
Because of a
I was
bank
in
robbery.
traffic for so long trying to get to this fucking movie. And just to only be halfway there and be like, Tony, I gotta turn around and go home. I'm not. It says I'm not gonna be there till an hour into the movie now.
And if you think we're kidding, there was genuinely a bank robbery.
Yeah, like going through the downtown area of where Tony lives.
Yeah.
There was police blocking everything off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, Tony, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. I finally got to a new section and asked the cop. There's cops directing traffic.
Yeah.
And I looked at this cop and I was like, what's going on? And he was like, I don't know. The bank shut down over there. I think maybe someone held him up. I was like, I just want to go see a fucking Spider-Man cartoon and some jackass is robbing a bank. So how was the fucking movie, Tony?
Okay, so Into the Spider-Verse is one of those few movies that I have on my list that I call a perfect movie.
For
I
sure.
thought it was exceptional. And this is from the guy who does not like animated features.
Sure, yeah.
Right? I don't watch cartoons. I don't watch anime. And I loved Into the Spider-Verse. It's one of my perfect movies. This was a better movie than Into
Which
the
is
Spider-Verse.
amazing to think about because I agree with you. Into the Spider-Verse is perfect.
So not only is this movie perfect, the subtleties in the design, and no, I won't spoil it, but it's another multiverse kind of thing.
Sure.
Has a very similar ending to the way Flash ended.
Okay.
But I'll give you this. No spoilers, but I'm going to give you this. Pay attention to when Spider-Gwen is on screen because she's a mood ring.
Yeah.
And the scenes change with her mood. And it was visually stunning. The bad guy, the Spot, was super cool.
It's so weird to think that the Spot of all characters is like a main villain in a superhero.
I don't
movie.
know who did his voice. I think it's John Mulaney.
No, I saw it the other day. I think John Mulaney was in Into the Spider-Verse. He was Spider-Ham.
Was he Spider-Ham?
Yeah.
Anyways, the guy who did the Spot's voice was fantastic. And the art style of the Spot, like you could see the circles where his head was drawn and things of that sort.
Yeah.
It was amazing, beautiful. This is a movie that I say go see it in the theaters.
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman, that's right.
Jason Schwartzman.
Schwartzman. Speaking of Asteroid City. Sorry, that was weird. But yeah, go see this movie in the theaters. Spend the money, go see it.
I'll fucking try.
This will win the best animated feature Oscar.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it's a fucking travesty. 'Cause Elements is not going to be great.
I think that movie looks fun, but Disney has done a not great job of.
There's another Disney Pixar movie coming out this year too, which I'm kind of intrigued by.
Are we going to Elemental? Did we get an invite?
Oh, we had a screening that was like last week, and we did not go.
I wanted to see that one.
Okay, you can still see it.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm kind of concerned that if I try too hard to go see Across the Spider-Verse, somehow it's going to be like cause an apocalypse. So
It's delicious.
I'll keep watching it on TikTok, I guess.
Visual masterpiece. The soundtrack is amazing. It's well acted. The voice acting is awesome. What's going on?
I don't know. I looked back and Chris was looking concerned, and so I looked concerned.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's another perfect movie. It's one of those movies you don't think that it could get better, and it just keeps getting better.
And damn, I love Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac, fantastic. That's actually one of my favorite Spider-Man iterations. 2099, Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
I was so stoked when he popped in at the end.
Any
of
relation to
Spider-Verse.
Scarlett O'Hara?
No.
That was a Gone with the Wind reference.
Yeah, it came out when you were like 35.
Oh, you're hilarious. Because I'm old. I get it. Okay. What else, movie-wise?
I believe you saw Transformers.
I did see
without
Transformers.
me.
Okay, I got to stand up for this. So,
Oh yeah. He's getting real about fucking Beast Wars or whatever, Rise of the Beasts.
Oh boy.
I loved it.
Did you?
I went into this movie going a Transformers movie based in 1994. I have zero desire to see it.
Yeah,
I will not enjoy it. I loved it.
you loved it.
The main character was fantastic.
Wasn't he from? He was in the Heights as well.
Hamilton,
right?
he was in the Heights. The robots were fantastic. The voice acting for the robots was fantastic. The story was excellent. And there's a twist at the end.
Like the end or the end credits? Because I do have a question for you about that.
There's a twist at the end credits that was like,
So okay, spoiler alert, because I have to ask someone who's seen this movie. In the like actual end credit scene, am I to be understood?
hold on. First
Okay,
of all,
okay.
there's actually a moment in 1994 where they talk about Marky Mark leaving the Funky Bunch. And I
was in the previous
busted
movie.
out laughing.
How they can't break the continuity
Right?
like that.
Because
Marky
it's
Mark
a
was
Mark
in a
Wahlberg
Transformers
thing.
movie.
Right, exactly. It was
Do you-
hilarious.
So whenever that happens, if they reference an actor who was like in other movies, I like to imagine like, do they just look different? Like, is Mark Wahlberg just Mark Wahlberg but with a different
Yeah,
face?
yeah.
Like in the Flash.
Whoa. Okay, go ahead. What was your question?
Am I to be am I to understand that in the post-credit scene for Transformers Rise of the Beast, again, spoiler alert, close your ears now if you don't want to hear it, that there is a G.I. Joe reference?
Yes.
So they're bringing back the G.I. Joe movies, ostensibly, and folding them into Transformers?
I will say this, it is more than a reference.
Yeah, I from what I understand, it's straight up. It's just that G.I. Joe is in this movie at the end.
It
Like,
is
as an organization.
it is a part of the movie.
That is, I'm not going to lie to you.
It's brilliant. You don't expect it.
You
do
will
now.
pay for every single movie that is G.I. Joe cross Transformers. I don't care how stupid. It's like Fast and the Furious. I don't care how stupid they are.
Yeah.
I don't care what the plot is.
It's like Sharknado.
I don't care. Yeah, I will watch any movie where they're like,
Oh, and by the way, the Meg 2 looks amazing.
it kind of does, right?
Just want to put that out there.
I love stupid movies.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing when we talk about the whole like just go enjoy a movie. There's no way that's like some of these people
The
walk
movie
into,
was fun. It was action filled.
Like, are they walking out of-
going?
I'm imagining these people walking out of Rise of the Beast and being like, "Oh well, there wasn't really development for Cheetor."
I didn't see it in a screening, so I didn't have any. Of that.
Sure.
But it was amazing.
It's like, man, that just sounds
It
fun.
was. So we reached a point in the Transformers movies where I was getting sick of them.
Sure.
This rekindled that.
Rekindled that whole
Yeah.
thing. I want to see a fucking G.I. Joe riding Cheetor into battle, shooting.
I don't necessarily know that that's gonna happen.
I
but
want it though.
Yeah. So
Right on.
it was fantastic. I was pleasantly surprised.
That's a good. A
Pete
good slate of movies.
Davidson played one of the robots. And it
Oh,
was hilarious.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he played the main robot, the Porsche.
Was he good at like
Oh, it was fantastic.
voice acting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And
I
very
love
funny too.
I love Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I think he's great.
All right, so those are the movies.
Good slate of movies, honestly.
Yeah, excellent.
Not a
movies.
single one that I wouldn't say don't go see, except for maybe what's it called? The Jennifer Lawrence one. Why can't I think of the name of it?
No, go see it. It was fun.
You go see? Okay, what's the name of it again?
No hard feelings.
No Hard Feelings. That's right. I could not for the life of me get that one out.
Yes.
It was right there.
Well, you didn't go to it. I did. No hard
true.
feelings. It has a redemption arc. It's funny. It's what you expect it to be. I would say go see it.
Yeah, I decided to forego it because my sinuses were full of cement. Still a little sniffly today.
Boothy boy. Boothy boy.
Whoopsie boy.
Boothy boy.
I do know that's definitely, I heard that as a kid in a movie.
All right. Silent had a question
Oh, sure.
earlier, since
Who?
we do talk about video games. I have recently started playing my first Diablo game.
Oh, I want Diablo 4
Diablo
so bad.
4.
I want it so bad.
It's amazing. I love it.
I want that game so bad.
Yeah. I love it.
I would.
I'm one of those people that I'm a completionist, so I've been playing all of the side quests. So I'm like a level 50.
Yeah.
Not a paragon yet, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm getting that on my PS5 the second I can. That's so fucking
Get
good.
on your PC.
I bought my PS5. It's so good.
So I have a Corsair control or Corsair keyboard, And when I turn on Diablo 4, the entire keyboard goes red,
Oh,
except for the Q key,
yeah.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as those specials become available, they
That's
light up
fucking
white.
sick.
And when they're not available, they light up red.
Oh my god, that's
It's
awesome.
the coolest thing ever.
I do want like a nice gaming keyboard because I want to get replaceable keycaps. You know,
Yeah.
right now I have like a wireless keyboard and it's got like weird like flat keys. You can't really replace them very easily.
I have a Corsair mechanical keyboard. It is wired. You cannot replace the switches, but you can replace the keycaps.
I've seen a lot of cool like Destiny keycaps.
I don't. So, my boss let me buy a camera and a microphone for work.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a little extra and bought an Elgato mic.
Yeah.
And the noise gates that are built into that are fantastic. So
yeah.
my noisy keyboards you can't hear anymore.
Yeah.
Like I can play Call of Duty, and until I talk, it doesn't pick up any audio.
Sure.
So I could go with a noisier keyboard, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna use your setup, by the way.
Who says this?
Silent. Yeah, I'll put a profile on the computer for you and stay signed into Steam and make sure you can. So, well, that's all I've got for tonight. I have to get ready to be at the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
I will say
3 o'clock for a 5 o'clock flight.
Well, we got to head to the airport around
Oh, okay.
3:30.
I will say because I've been waiting to say this to a captive group of hostages who have to listen to me. I can't wait for Star Wars Outlaws. I think that looks fantastic, and I want to play it right fucking now.
I think it looks great. I don't like the character development part, but I think it looks great.
Yeah, like you said this about Jedi Survivor too, that you were like really turned off by the fact that you couldn't create your own character, which that makes sense. The people who I don't agree with are the people who are like, oh, why do I gotta play as a girl? If your only problem is that you have to play as a girl,
Yet they're also the same guys that are creating their Diablo characters nude so that they see this banded like a strap across their boobs.
if you're one of those people, just look me in the eye quick. Grow the fuck up.
Zoom in.
Don't make it so obvious that you've never seen a woman before in person. And also go fuck yourself, you bigot chud.
What the fuck?
Do you know how many people
Hang on, I get yelled at for saying that Tourette's is funny, and you actually just used the phrase, you bigot chud?
Yeah. Hold on, and that's just specifically if your response to Star Wars Outlaws was, I gotta play as a girl. Just one more time, right in the eyes. You're a fucking 5-year-old. Fuck off and go die in the mud. You idiot moron.
Hey, we don't tell people to go die.
Okay, go take a nap
Go
face down in the
wallow
mud.
Find a forever box and crawl in it.
Do you remember little Tom and Baratheon in the movie 1917? Do that.
Hey, yeah, do that. And by the way, thanks Freshen Up Energy for being our new sponsor. FreshenUpHydrate.com. Use the code popcorn to save
Popcorn.
10%.
CoffeeDudesCoffee.com.
Coffee.
You get your energy in the morning with Coffee Dudes Coffee. You get your energy in the afternoon with Freshen Up when it's time to game, motherfuckers.
Then you eat your dinner with Pup and the Pepper hot sauce.
Absolutely. And then when it's playtime,
Popcorn.com/partners. Go check out Lego, Ancestry.com, NordVPN, NordPass.
NordVPN will protect all your information while you're ordering Freshen Up and
NordPass
and
keeps
Coffee
your
Dudes Coffee
passwords
and Lego.
encrypted and secure. Check them out. Thank you so much for being here tonight, guys.
Thank you for
I will
giving me a
be
platform
out of
to say this
town.
stupid shit.
We will be recording in a couple weeks. I will see you all later. Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/popcorntribunal.
Yeah. Maybe one of us will go live. I don't know. Maybe while Tony's gone, I'll get bored and miss the attention, and I'll go live so you people
I would
listening
have to give him the password, so we'll see.
I already have it. You gave me the password.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think you gave me the stream.
Bye,
key, though.
guys. Thank you. Have a great night.
Love you all.
Aw.
Goodbye. I'll tell you when I'm home, Mom.
Play the Tom Cruise thing.
Play us out with Tyler ranting about Tom Cruise again.
Oh boy. Gotta find it. Gotta find it.
That fucking little one-tooth mole man.
Stand on your 4 fucking apple boxes.
Can we just have a whole episode that's just me and Tyler shit-talking Tom Cruise?
That tiny little man, Tom Cruise, will come after me. Top Gun loser. How many apple crates you standing on?
raise me up?
You're a pussy and I hate you. And I'm gonna send out an invitation. I'm gonna fight you, Tom Cruise. And I'm tired of his shit. I'm Tom Cruise. I'm still 40 for life. Give me my 4 apple boxes. You're all gonna look up at me. I'm gonna fly this plane for real. Look at me. You gotta digitally DH me so I look like I'm 40 forever. Tom Cruise. He's a little bitch, man. I will fight you.
Beautiful. Bye, guys.
Love you, Tyler.
Brilliant.
That's a show.
They're always good ones. That was good.
That was a fun one.